Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our live lesson for Lesson 9 and Lesson 10. And what I wanted to go through was a couple of expectations in regards to these next lessons. So we have officially finished our essay or our rant, depending on what you have chosen to do. So we're getting an understanding in regards to essay writing and the idea of focused writing, where we have supporting points, supporting evidence, supporting research in an opinion of which we are trying to articulate. Again, this brings us back to our Peel organizer in our previous lesson, the idea of structured and focused writing, which is overall one of our main goals for our course at the college level. So in Lesson 9, we're actually getting ready to enter our literature unit, our novel, Of Mice and Men. And this is actually a little pre-up to this, which is power over the press and banning of books. So interestingly enough, how in the 21st century, we are still very much hypersensitive to certain things such as topics, censorship, things like that. And it's an interesting and quite controversial topic in our education system as well as media. So I included this because I'm very interested in your thoughts and your takes on it, as well as to provide you with some background on the idea of how you feel about censorship and the idea of banning literature. Should we or shouldn't we? We have some little historical background in regards to books that have been banned in the past, such as, let's say, Huckleberry Finn, The Great Gatsby. Harry Potter was banned at one point. Our very novel Of Mice and Men, which we are going to read, was banned at one point. And the list gets updated every now and again, so it's definitely been banned and then back up. Then it was okay and back and forth. So I'm very interested in regards to having you get some more background information and then posting your opinion. Again, evaluating information in regards to authorship, currency, bias, which now we're very familiar with the concept of bias, and appropriateness in regards to who deems what is appropriate and what isn't. So we go into some research, the idea of credibility in research. So when people are making these decisions, what is appropriate, what isn't, where are they getting their research? Where are you getting your research? What's credible on the internet, what isn't? So I've provided you with some academic sources that we feel, sort of at our school level, is pretty reliable. List is right here, so please feel free to go through those. And then we get into MLA citation writing. Now with your essay, it is something we referenced because it is of course something we are looking for, but we didn't really get into it too much until now. So if you could make sure that you are reading this video, or excuse me, watching this video in the understanding of what MLA style citing looks like. Very, very important in regards to avoiding plagiarism. Please make sure you have a look at that. MLA citation and guidelines are here. One site that we use is BibMe. Another site is called Citation Machine. So once you have a better understanding of what I'm referring to, BibMe or Citation Machine, both are great. So please feel free to have a look at both of those or use both of those. Then we sort of come down, and it's where we have our question and our opinion paragraph. Now, we now know how to write a very well-focused, written, supported paragraph because, again, we're bringing back those skills from previous lessons, such as our Peel organizer. So what I'm looking for in our discussion is a well-developed paragraph, at least 8 sentences long, that answers the question, should censorship be permitted to continue in the lives of people under the age of 16? Again, you have to get some background in regards to the rest of the lesson in order to answer this. And please do not forget, you need to respond to another classmate in order for the next lesson to open. And there are some expectations in regards to research for this post and structure that I am looking for. So please make sure that you have a look at that. Now I'm going to take you into Lesson 10, our very next lesson, which will open for you, of course, once you have posted and responded to someone in our discussion board. And right away, we actually get into the concept of power. So right here, I give some background information in John Steinbeck, who is our author for our novel Of Mice and Men. And it's really important to get an understanding of the context of our novel because it does take place in a different time. So that is precisely why I've put the information that I have. And its connection, kind of interesting, I thought, the idea of language. So what you're gonna notice right away when you start reading our novel is that it takes place in the late 20s, early 30s, which of course we know as the Great Depression. So again, I don't want to get too much into this because I know you're going to read it anyway. But again, the concept of language is what we're kind of looking at here, and its connection to a Mouse by Robert Burns, which again, there is a really interesting connection on multiple levels. Some you'll understand right away, some you'll get a better understanding once you read the novel. Really interesting, I thought. More historical context in terms of our novel, which is great. Then we get into technical writing. So again, ladies and gentlemen, it's what we've been focusing on for the majority of our course, right? So the idea of we are creating writing that is specific, that is clear, and it is the most technical writing or clear writing, focused writing. It's the non-fluffy stuff. It's what you're going to encounter, essentially the most common language you're going to encounter every day in life. So it's the idea of what you're going to read in the job force, training manuals, professional emails, owner's manuals, brochures. That's technical writing. So this unit kind of gives you a concept of language in connection to our novel, as well as this concept of where we're going with language and why we're being so stringent in this course on getting to the point, making sure you have the evidence, making sure you have the research. Let's get there. Let's organize it quickly and concisely, because that's what they're looking for at the college level. So again, for this lesson, you're going to read the chapter, answer the questions, and you're going to submit your answers. So hopefully this provided a little more clarification for you for the next 2 lessons. Should you need more clarification and more help, please get a hold of me, guys. Google Hangouts every day at 11 or through email.